Hello forest friends! Welcome back to another week of arts and crafts. I have a really fun project for you today. And can you guess what it is? It has something to do with a flying insect that pollinates our flowers and our trees. And maybe it makes a sound. Do you have a guess? Yes, my friends, we are doing a project for bees. But not just any kind of bee. This is for the mason bee. Do any of my friends know what a mason bee is? What does it look like? Can you touch it? Is it a happy bee? Well, if you happen to see any in the garden, they're usually pretty big and fuzzy, and they don't sting. They're pretty friendly. They are sometimes black with white or yellow stripes, and they're normally quite big and chubby. They're really cute. So keep an eye out for some mason bees because we are going to be creating a home for them. What? Yes, a home. So mason bees are really helpful for pollinating our flowers and our trees. Farmers will use honeybees to help with their big farms full of crops and orchards, and this is sometimes a lot of work for one honeybee or a family or a neighborhood of honeybees. And so I thought it would be really helpful to maybe make a home for our mason bees so that they can feel a little bit more comfortable around our gardens and our cities, and maybe they'll help produce more mason bees so that our honeybees can have a helping coworker or helping friend. Does anybody know what a mason bee home looks like? Does it look like a birdhouse? Does it look like a honeycomb? Does it look like a hive? Well, today we're going to find out. So we're going to be using recycled products. So then keeps our earth happy. We can reuse some things that we might have otherwise thrown away. So I have here a tin can, but I've painted it. Inside you can tell. So you'll need a tin can with no sharp edges, so that's safe to touch. And you'll need to decorate it. So have fun painting it. I've already painted mine so I can put it together and you can see what it looks like at the end. You could use construction paper and cover it. You could use acrylic paint or spray paint if you're allowed to use that. And you will also need some string and either recycled paper or old straws you're not going to use, plastic, rolled up bills, paper, or if you have a backyard, this might be handy. I just did some gardening and I cut up some old dead reeds, and so these reeds have holes in them, so you should be able to see through whatever you've chosen. I also have this one. So we're going to be working with some of these. Let's get started. Okay, so I have tied my string through the can. This might be a good time to practice tying some bows. So I'll just show you how I did mine. Maybe you can ask mom or dad, big sister, big brother to help you. You can try practicing tying some knots. They're really cool. And then whatever you've decided to choose, so take some time, roll up some paper, make sure it's the size of the can, and we're gonna stuff our can. Really simple. I'm gonna use a mix, because I don't really know what kind of size a mason bee would like. I do know mason bees love tunnels. So they don't really live in hives like we see maybe wasps or honeybees living in, where you can see all this honey being made. Mason bees just go from plant to plant, flower to flower, tree to tree, and because they're so fuzzy, they collect pollen from the anthers of flowers, and all of that pollen collects on their body because they're just so fuzzy. And then they can bring it to the next flower and the next plant. And without mason bees, we wouldn't be able to have things like apple pie or strawberry jam. Okay, mine's almost exploding with tunnels for these mason bees to explore. This is what it looks like in the end. Close up. And so now I have a little home for my mason bees to come and live, and it'll encourage them to come, and they're welcome in my garden, and they're welcome in my neighborhood, and they're welcome to eat the pollen and the nectar from any flower in this yard. And that will help more gardens to grow, more flowers, plants, trees. Let's go find a spot for this. Alright, I found a fence post in my yard, and it's a little bit shady here. There's some, anybody know what this is? Some salmonberry flowers, and I'm gonna hang my mason bee home right where a mason bee might enjoy it. And so you can find a place. Maybe it's near some flowers. Maybe it's near a bush or a shady little blackberry, salmonberry area. Could be next to some birds. Maybe it's near your bird's nest that you put up. And I'm just gonna wait, and I'm gonna keep on checking to see if any mason bees like this home I made for them. So let me know how yours turn out. I'd love to see what kind of tunnels you made for your mason bees. And try to take some pictures to see if you found a mason bee. I think that would be really cool. My friend actually petted a mason bee because they don't sting. Alright, have a safe, fun time, and let me know how your cans turn out, because that's pretty cool to recycle.